There are some silky smooth individuals out there who can, every time you throw a round kick, they can get that fade back. Or just lots of people who move their feet as you attack. What do you do? What are the options when you miss a round kick? There are many, and we're going to touch on all of them right now. Individuals like Saenchai or Lerdsila, who I've faced, they are so good at fading back. It almost looks like they're getting ready to do the limbo. But anything that comes from pretty much chest level or above is just going to be slipped. And if you don't have a follow-up, you just end up looking silly. Plus, you leave yourself exposed. So we need to have some solid ammunition for when this happens. I know we're focusing on the offense today, but we have to keep in mind this fade back is a defensive move. If you're still wanting to improve your defense, you're like, I can't pull off these moves like Saenchai or Lerdsila, or something's just not clicking in my boxing defense. Remember, I have a link down below or up here to my defense course with the 30+ videos, and I teach you guys everything I know about defense that helped me win all these belts. But we are focusing on offense and what to do when we have a very good defensive fighter in front of us. So first and foremost, we do not want to end up in the position where we throw our round kick and we just get stuck here. Or we throw our round kick and we kind of like, oh, we're coming around, but we're not ready. We want to have ideal follow-ups. Otherwise, every time you throw your attack and you don't land it, you end up getting punished. So the best ways. Number one, you take that momentum, which is just continuing straight through. You're expecting to catch somebody, but you take that momentum and you use it for the follow-up technique. What might the follow-up techniques be? Number one, if you're in closer range, you go to the spinning back fist. This is very important that you take that step forward in front of what was your lead foot. If I come here and I miss and I come back to there, how am I ever going to hit them? So it's got to be that transition forward. Alternatively, we could come with a spinning hook kick. A lot of times I find that if I kick from this range and I come, okay, I miss the kick and I step forward, now my spinning hook kick is really jammed. I land with my calf. So in that instance, it actually makes sense to pull your foot a little further back and then come in to your spinning hook kick, or potentially into your spinning sidekick, as long as you don't over-rotate your upper body. If you over-rotate, then your spinning sidekick is going to end up kind of throwing you off balance. So using that momentum, which is carried through into a spinning technique, is absolutely brilliant. And you can use this as a setup as well. In fact, when I was training for Lerdsila, one of the guys who gives me some advice on how to defeat opponents back then, he went, what I want you to do is throw the round kick and just draw it back in a little bit. So you don't actually try to touch. You're just going to go to here. He'll fade back, he'll come for a counter shot, and then you end up going into your spinning back fist. It didn't play out that way, but the spinning back fist did end up landing for me off a check, which got the knockdown on the most evasive fighter of all time. Another way which you can recenter yourself and be in a position to check counter round kicks is to go, okay, I missed, I get right back to my stance, and I come up to that check the way you would normally just deal with a round kick. It's all about the footwork. I don't want to end up stepping through and then having to readjust and now come here. It's do a whole rotation on your round kick, end up back right where you started, boom, and into your check. If you happen to miss, then go on the defensive straight away. Now here's a tricky one. I love this one. Even though it takes a little bit of a karate style, and it might not be for those Muay Thai enthusiasts out there, we have two options on incorporating a sidekick. I'm going to give you the beginner option and then the advanced option. What happens here is we throw our round kick, we step in front, not too wide, and we right away use this to come down the middle. So if they attack, they're going to get jammed and knocked backwards. It's a round kick, quick drop into my sidekick. If you're like, you know what? I'm already using that. Or I want something more advanced, you don't drop your foot. This means you have to have so much more control in your round kick. Because if you come full power and you don't slow down, your leg has to carry through. But if you recognize right around here, oh, he's back there, I don't need to have my weight going through like I'm kicking 100% anymore, then boom, and right into my kick without dropping. This one is fantastic, and it can be even used as a fake. You throw your round kick like you're going to extend it, but you don't. Leg stays bent, and you just tap them with that side kick. Now, something we just talked about was doing the full rotation into the check. But if you don't complete the full rotation, you just end up here. Do you have to continue spinning? No. You lift and you come back to your check, or off the other side, boom, lift and back to the check. Both of those are great ways to recenter yourself, but stay safe. It's hard for somebody once you're here and you pop back up to get anything off unless they're so fast. The timing would have to be like miss, strike back. Super quick. So if you're on the ball about, okay, I'm not gonna be lazy and hang out here for too long, I'm gonna hit and get right back, you can be defensive. As I always tell you guys, these episodes, whether they're 6 minutes, 8 minutes, 10 minutes, they could go on for so much longer. I could teach a whole hour class on what we just did right now and expanding on it, but these videos need to be a certain length. I don't want to go forever. So we are going to call it there. And I thank you for joining me today. I hope you learned something you can add into your training, and eventually it'll turn into something you can execute in sparring. And you just feel that much more confident now about executing your round kicks because you know you're not going to get punished every time somebody fades back and you miss. So as always, everybody, train hard, and I will see you back here soon for another video.